I wasted so much of what I did not have a lot of. Time, wondering what else I could do to make sure I was building muscle as fast as possible. And I honestly wish I had someone who could sit me down and tell me these exact things to make sure I was doing it right. To start off right building muscle, I want you to do number one, just determine your T.D.E.E. That's your total daily energy expenditures. Probably have already heard this if you're watching this video, but you're just trying to find out how many calories do you burn within a day. You're gonna estimate them to start because you're never gonna get this right. It's impossible, but I'm gonna link a calorie calculator down below that I do really like. It's a great place to start. So number two, I want you to then track those calories. Use something like MyFitnessPal or your favorite calorie tracker. Track your calories and be consistent hitting that target. Number three, I want you to track your body weight. Try to do this at least 3 times a week, but honestly, I'd recommend doing it every day. Only reason being, it gives you more data then to work with. You're gonna do step 2 and 3 for about 3 weeks. Tracking your calories, tracking your body weight. See what your weight does. Did your weight drop? Or did your weight increase, or did it stay the same? If it stayed the same, great, you're good. If it dropped, you gotta bump those calories up a little bit. And if you increased too much, then you're gonna bring them back down a bit. But based on that, adjust your calories so that you're about 200 calories over your maintenance. So if after 3 weeks you found that you were losing a pound each week, that means every day you're eating about 500 calories under your maintenance. So you gotta bump those calories way up. And if every week you found that you were gaining a pound, that means you're eating 500 calories over your maintenance every day. So in that case, I would just cut that in half, drop it by about 250 calories. So number 4, I want you to eat enough protein and make sure it's a high quality one. My family and I, we love supporting local, so we buy a lot of our meats from local farms. But honestly, don't overcomplicate this. Just make sure that you're getting enough protein. Number 5, I want you to start to, if you aren't already, writing down your training sessions. Physically write them down. Make sure that you're focused on progressively overloading. And what that looks like is essentially doing a little bit more each time you train. And remember, this doesn't have to be adding an entire rep or adding additional weight. This could be something as simple as slowing down the lift, adding in a tempo lift, doing some pause reps, but ultimately just make notes about how you're lifting. Did you have good form? Did your form suffer? Did you have great form until the last rep? All those notes are going to show that you're progressively getting better. And if your lifts are going up and your weight is going up, then you're gaining muscle. And if you're wondering what that means for your weight to be going up, aim for about 2 pounds of weight gain a month. Now, if you've been lifting consistently for 2 to 3 years, then I would probably aim for around 1 pound of body weight per month. All right, number 6 is I want you to get enough sleep. Now I know, that seems like an insane request. As a parent, sleep is hard to come by. I don't always get it. Some nights, I only get 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Most experts out there would recommend getting somewhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but ultimately this is gonna be incredibly individual. So just do your best to get as much sleep as you can. And I know how it goes. One kid gets sick, he's up, the other one then gets it, or something's going on. Life is just stressful. Maybe you have a new baby, like I do as well, so all 4 of my kids are getting up at night. So at those times, don't stress about it, don't worry about it. The times that you can get more sleep, optimize those times. And for all the rest of those times, just try to get as high quality of sleep that you can when you can't get quantity of sleep. And ultimately, I want you to remember that this is not going to destroy or ruin your progress if you follow my last tip. Number 7 is just be consistent and be patient. Results will come. Do what I've told you to do, then rinse and repeat. Do it over and over again. Make this a part of your lifestyle. And be patient. Don't get thrown off by all of those insane claims of building muscle in insanely short amounts of time. It's not realistic unless you're taking PEDs or are one of the top 1% of genetic outliers that could be out there. But just remember, this will take time. Don't think in terms of weeks and months, think in terms of years. But now that you're set up for success, you might then be wondering, what's the best and most optimal training split for me? And this video over here will give you the most optimal training split, especially when as a parent, time is your major issue. And as always, be intentional, bring the intensity, and I can't wait to see you over there on the next video.